Hey guys, it's Bella Young, and today I will be interviewing and modeling for Jacyln Ramsey's brand, Wild Wild Woman.
Hi, I'm Jacyln Ramsey, and I'm 29 years old. I'm a fashion designer and embroidery artist. But before everything else, I am a mother of 3 daughters, Heidi, who is 9, Greta, who's 7, and our baby girl, Rosemary. I'm also the wife of local South Florida artist, Ramsey the Slasher. It actually started with me coming back into my feminine. I was never into fashion growing up. I didn't like pink, I didn't like frills, I really didn't care for fashion at all. I was very much on the masculine side. But I also just really liked being a nature girl and being outside. After I had my first baby, I started to become more feminine. I paid attention to what I was wearing, and in 2018 I discovered Love Shack Fancy. They're a luxury company who's extremely feminine, big time frills. They have a shop right over on Palm Beach Island. I was like, oh, I don't have to wear jeans and t-shirts, or just crop tops like this, even though I still love wearing these. I can make girly things, and because they were so expensive, I was like, well, the only way I'm getting it is if I make it. That's when I learned how to sew. And then I'm like, well, sewing is cool, but I can do more. And I learned embroidery and put the two together. It came from Instagram. I would see other women, particularly a girl from Russia. She'd embroidered woodland creatures, and they were just so beautiful and adorable. And I wanted to embroider those kind of cute things, flowers and animals. She was selling a little lesson, a downloadable PDF where you could learn how to embroider. And I'm like, well, lots of people teach you how to embroider, but I want to embroider like her. And so I learned her techniques, and then I just took off. I started sewing 3 years ago, and I started embroidering a year and a half ago. Yeah, that outfit that I made in the Halloween one, that was the first time I gave it my full potential I was aiming for, and I'm like, oh yeah. It starts up here. I mean, with these fairy outfits, I've seen these kind of things in drawings before, where fairies, whatnot, were depicted with butterfly outfits of some kind. And I was like, someone ought to make that someday. And I'm like, hey, well, I guess it's gonna be me, because there's no one else that's gonna do it, not in this way that I want to. And so it kind of goes back to being inspired by other people. When people say everything just comes from my own head, sorry, that's not true. There's too many people that have existed throughout history that have contributed to the world and everything here for it to all just come from your head, So a lot of it just comes from seeing the way it was depicted in digital art and stuff, or see an outfit and I'll want to replicate it, but in my own kind of way. And so that's how it starts. It just starts up here, and then I'll sketch it out, because during that process is when I'm like, what am I going to embroider on there? What kind of fabric do I want? And then I'll go to the store, or I'll go online and I'll hunt those materials down, and then that's it from there. And so if it needs to be hand dyed, I'll hand dye it, and then I cut and sew everything, and then I embroider. And so when I'm done embroidering, I just piece it all together, and that's the process.
The beautiful process.
And with these, they take a whole month each.
Oh, you have so much detail in your
I know.
sewing.
I can't help it. It needs it. It has to have the detail. Well, they say that it never goes away. Every time you level up, that stress, that imposter syndrome is going to follow you. So I'm just trying to learn to be okay with it. And so all day I've just been trying to be not stressed. I've just been listening to music that makes me happy and just embracing it and trying to be as prepared as possible. I wrote lists of every video shot that I need to get today, and I wrote a list of everything I needed to bring in this wagon, and that helped a lot. My husband, he's helped so much. He helped me pick up slack around the house when I was when it was crunch time for me, and he helped me get here. He dropped me off, and he helped me get this material whenever I'd run out and everything. So that was a huge help. And my mom, hi Mom, she's babysitting the girls, and I'm borrowing her gold jewelry today, which I've never done before. So it's really sweet. It's she's here and gonna be part of it too. Yeah, especially my friends and stuff. Everybody today's been messaging me, my best friends, saying good luck. And, oh, thank you. A lot of it had to do with me having daughters. I had always imagined having sons, and it was because I was so deep in my masculine side, the way I would think, the way I would behave, you know, and the way I would dress, where I didn't wear frills or flowers or things like that. And so having girls, especially my firstborn, Heidi, was really girly. She really liked pink. She loved these little books called Fancy Nancy. I just tried to embrace it. So that's how I kind of stepped into my feminine more. And I love it now. I love being more feminine and being in touch with my womanhood. Because I know you. And that's mainly it. But you guys are the first people to wear my clothes.
Really?
I've never seen my clothing on other people. So it's a big day for me. Can't wait to see it on other body types.
Yeah.
I want to see it on other women. I'd lost confidence in myself, so I wasn't really into networking or anything like that. Doing that photo shoot back in October last year is what made me come back out. It just made me come alive again. It was really meeting Allie. I used to be really jealous of Allie when I met her. That always happens. Like if I get an attachment to a female where I'm like insecure about her and I don't know why, it just totally flips later where we become like best friends because I know it's about me. And so like I'll do the work and I'll figure out what's up with me. And then all of a sudden something just clicks and we become friends. So watching her be super confident, just giving it her best all the time, at least that's what I saw. It's made me start to come alive again. So then we did the photo shoot, and then after that I was like, well, I'm gonna just start a brand. And then I started working on it. And then in April is when I started making the butterfly designs.
And all you need is that one little spark. Like people inspire me constantly, and after doing all these interviews, I'm finding out like it's literally other people that just inspire the process.
I used to hate people. Like I did not like people growing up, and it's all about the trauma. Like it all came from trauma. I didn't like people. I wanted to be an animal. I didn't want to be around people, and it only got worse as I got older. Like it got kind of better when I was 18 and like a teenager around that time, but I met the wrong people, and it put me back in even deeper.
What helped you?
This. I spent so much time like hating myself for so long that I just got tired of it. I just relapsed with self-harm, you know, like I was 5 years clean, and then like I started having really bad mental breakdowns when I isolated myself more and more and more because I just didn't think I could do anything. I hadn't accomplished any of the goals that I'd ever set out to do in my life. The only thing I'd ever become was a mother, and that's an amazing thing. But it honestly wasn't enough for me because I had always had way bigger dreams, and I want to take them with me on those kind of dreams, you know. And like if I don't do those kind of things, then I suffer, and therefore my family suffers. And so like watching my family suffer because of me going downhill is what made me realize, okay, you got some work to do. And I did, and I went to therapy, and I did the work. And then like I met people that like helped really bring me out of my shell, like you and Allie, and my husband started getting the same kind of energy at the same time, and so we both started putting ourselves out there and getting that good energy and healing, and there's no looking back now.
Like I have chills just hearing you speak. Like that's beautiful. That is so beautiful.
It was so hard, but it led me here, you know, like without all that I wouldn't be here. So it's become that way. I didn't ever see myself as an artist before. Like I would doodle for fun or like watercolor paint for fun, but I didn't ever feel like my stuff was very good. But when this was sewing, I found a medium where like, like I can feel good while I do this. Like, and then I figured out, I can make other people feel good. So that's kind of where I'm transitioning now. Is I've been sewing for myself for years, and everybody's like, when are you gonna start selling? And so now I'm doing that. So like you guys being in these outfits for the first time is like that transitionary step. I had felt so low for so long that I just refused to feel that way anymore. That was really it. I just decided that it was just gonna stop. I wasn't gonna keep feeling shame because of like my own internalized things or from what anybody else would have to say, and that's really what made me come over it. Is I just got really tired of hating myself and sabotaging myself. Everything I'd ever tried to do, I would quit right before I would finish. Like finishing these outfits is actually a huge deal. It's a huge deal because I've never really finished a project that I've started before. Because I would just doubt myself, and I'd be like, oh, whatever, I'm not gonna, what am I gonna do with this? It's not going anywhere. And I just got sick of feeling that way. And if they don't sell, guess who gets to wear this? Me! This time around, I feel like I didn't do that really. Like I started with these in April. I didn't realize how much time each of these outfits was going to take. I didn't realize it was going to take me till August to finish them. At first, I was splitting up my time pretty well. Like I have a copywriting career that I'm trying to build, so I was working as an online writer, and I was working on the designs, and of course I was spending time with my husband and my kids. The shoot date got closer and closer, and I wasn't done enough yet. Like I wasn't comfortable with where I was at yet. I was like, guys, I think this month I'm not gonna have time for any fun. Like I gotta go all in. And they were understanding, but I promised them at the end, I'm like, we're not gonna do it this way again, I promise. Like from now on, like I'm not gonna set something up until after my outfits are done. Because then I can't balance it. Because I'm still learning on like how much this stuff takes. You know? To find the balance is a balancing act itself. It's just me figuring things out right now. Once you get that momentum, you shouldn't slow down. You know, you gotta keep going. That's what they say.
I believe it.
I'm not gonna make people keep waiting because they keep asking. So I've been telling people the first, if not second week of September, and they're gonna be on my Etsy shop, or you can purchase directly through my DMs and you'll get free shipping if you do. Right now it's through the socials. I haven't done any kind of physical events yet, like, you know, like a market or something like that, or to be honest, I have no idea how to even start doing that. I'm just a peasant girl trying to make her princess dreams come true.
Girl, you're doing amazing.
They say you know, you grow faster on TikTok and get more reach, and it's true. I got almost double the following on there so far, and on there people actually ask, where can I get these? When can I get these? How much are these? So that's really the only way I'm getting myself out there right now. But after this shoot, I'm hoping to get more attention. I've enjoyed every bit of this. I've enjoyed stepping into my full potential as like a woman and as a person. My girls are excited when they watch me. My daughters, they love to watch what I'm doing and see the outfits in the end. And they tried to embroider, and of course seeing the outcome, you get those endorphins, baby. Like once you finally get to put it on, there's nothing like it. And so those are all new feelings, but I like them, and that's what the whole thing is exciting from start to finish, frankly. And especially this. Like this is like the cherry on top now, and so you just have to. It sounds cliche, I guess, but it's learning to love yourself again, because that was what was holding me back. We hear it a lot, but maybe people don't always know what that means for them. You know, like, and that's what opens the door to everything else. Once you start to believe in yourself again, all that other stuff goes away, and everything starts to open up to you. Like how they say the universe opens up to you and God puts things in front of you. Like that really does happen. And like the girl that took your moonlight photos, I had never networked with a stranger before, and that was nerve-wracking, but I did it, and just the self-love and belief in myself is what made all that happen. So all you have to do, and it's a lot of work and it's really hard, but that's the only key you need. I'm doing one of them right now. I just finished one of my dream projects right now, but dream project, like big dream that seems impossible. Working with the brand that made me start sewing in the first place, Love Shack Fancy. I've been waiting. I'm wearing their shoes. Hey! I've met the designer, and she's seen some things that I've made. I met the owners. I'm really hoping to work with them one day. Hey, I do that sometimes. They'll collaborate with other brands, and so, hey.
That seems very attainable in my eyes, so I wish you the best with that. All right. We are done.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And go to your website.
I like them. They're bouncy and cute.
Since it is an outside shoot, we come inside every once in a while, pop in to cool down so we don't look all sweaty for the shoot.
I've been trying really hard to stay calm all day. Cassie, get up higher. How do I get shorter?
Whoa.
Finger keeps.
Hit that like button.
Flash is on, holy shit.
This or what was
No, yeah, like.
Oh, sorry, I forgot it's on this side.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alice's point of view stopped.